Welcome to Larry's Jugs Shop Talk number 43. We're going to be talking about scratch jugs. We're going to be talking about items that are scratched. It's called sgraffito. It goes back to Italy around the 10th century. It means scratching pottery. The first one we're going to talk about, the one that we all are familiar with, is the 5-gallon scratch jug. It's got the 5 scratched into it. This one has the stamp on the handle. The only way they could mark this 5-gallon Albany is by scratching it. Now the Albany, remember, goes back to Albany, New York, where it was clay that was mixed with water and then made a slip out of it. And then they covered the item with that slip. Then it went into the kiln and it went under a crock. This was a huge benefit because they could make use for the items under the crock. Now over here is a 2-gallon salt glaze. This is a beehive, and this has turkey droppings all over it. This was meant to be on top of a kiln. The only way they could fire a beehive was to put it on top of the kiln. So the ability to be able to make them and put them in a crock allowed them to make a lot more beehives. This other piece is a 1-gallon Albany crock, extremely rare. This is scratched. It's out of Red Wing. It's probably around early 1880s, probably made by Red Wing Stoneware. And the only way we can find this name is early in the 1880s. This is a one-of-a-kind piece. It's going to end up into the museum. I just purchased it this year. It is a perfect example of a hand scratch. You typically see jugs scratched. You don't see many crocks. This other one is a miniature. This is one of the rarest miniatures. It says Red Wing Stoneware Company on it. These are very rare, and most of these, a lot of times the Albany would come down and cover up some of the letters. This is probably the best one I've ever had. Now, another technique for that one is to take a wax pen and use that to put the letters on it, and then the clay would not stick with it. So the Albany, the only way you can mark and advertise and use the Albany is by scratching it. And that goes back for many, many years. It's still used today. Larry's Jugs has scratched jugs. We have coffee cups that are scratched today. So even though it's one of the oldest techniques, it's one that's done today. Thank you. Larry's Jugs Shop Talk number 43. Thank you.